1978 Guilford County. Certainly my pleasure to join my colleagues here in commemoration of the Civil Rights Act. The thing that I think most of is that this past weekend I talked to Buffalo soldiers. And if all of you remember, Buffalo soldiers were named so and given equal rights. Well, really it wasn't equal, but more rights in 1866 by President Truman because he became aware that after these soldiers had fought Indians during that time and were named Buffalo soldiers, maybe because of their hair, but certainly because of how valiantly they fought to defend our country, that they returned to a country and to the South. And there were soldiers who were dragged out of their cars and their wives, and they were beaten and some shot on sight. And as he learned about that, he became enraged. And so he signed, I believe, his Executive Order 9981 during that time. But as we move forward, we see that over a century later, almost a century later, we had the Civil Rights Act, and now here we are today. And so as I said to them this past weekend, the battle is not won. But it does take the strong, it takes the fierce, it takes the valiant to continue. And then I saw today where in the state of Georgia, the courts are deciding on drug testing for welfare recipients. And so we picked our legislation up from Georgia, and that's the state I came from, and that's about the worst state that I know about, because I grew up in segregation and could not attend white schools as well. And so we're patterning ourselves after states that have been the worst in terms of equal rights for people. And North Carolina has not been that kind of state. We move forward. And so it's our responsibility and yours to make sure that we continue to move forward, that we push back the kind of legislation that's going on. And our citizens really have to get up in arms and say that we won't stand for it. So I thank you for the opportunity.